Hurrah! Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. Nice to see everybody here. I see Costana here. I see El Bubble here. I see KR here. I see the whole family coming over. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everybody's coming over. Nice, nice, nice. Let's talk about this. Obviously, bears are waking up. Oh, it's bearish, guys. We've got these divergences. Oh, guys, we're gonna go down and this and that. All these bears are excited, right? And then I remember just a little while ago, what was it? It was KR. He posted a tweet. He posted a tweet, right? Willy Woo. He says, "This is how the whales. This is when the whales buy the fucking dip, right? PTFTD, my brothers." So this is the thing a lot of people don't understand. I see Rainbow here. Awesome, my brother. This is the thing a lot of people don't understand. The time the whales buy is when it's all bloody. They don't buy when it's on the top and this and that, right? Of course, some of the institutions have been buying around that time, but they've also been dollar cost averaging in. And let's refresh this to show you what I mean. The perfect time to buy when everybody's fearful. When the news, everything is going to plaster and say this market is dead. When we see this indicator come down to this level here, that is when the bulls buy. This is when you actually buy. When is the perfect time to buy? Well, this is it. Of course, it's hard for people to comprehend, people to understand how these markets work, market cycles work. You make the best amount of gains when this market is extremely fearful. So that's all I wanted to say. I mean, it's just one of those kind of thing. When do you buy? Well, you buy when the market is bloody. Oh man, merge. I learned from the best. Merge, Moriska. What is Moriska? I have no idea. But listen, this is a market that you don't mess around with, right? There are seasons within seasons. There are cycles within cycles. And this market, as I said, as soon as we went to that 67K, I said, yo, market has started. The yo market. You are going to be completely confused. You are not going to have any idea when to enter, when not to enter. Yesterday, all of these were red and bloody. Well, guess what? This was the perfect time to pick any coin. Pick your coin, stick to your coin, make that percentage. If you bought Anchor yesterday, you made 30% today. Take your profit, get out. You bought GRT, you made 16% today. You're out. Whenever you buy the bloody markets, that's when you make the most amount of money. Let's have a look at the daily and see what's going on. So we see 4,000 BTC offloaded. Coming back into the exchanges. Let's see 7 days. We see 2,000 left. So the variation is quite a bit, right? When we see this 30-day, we see 67,000 BTC in this last 30 days has left the exchanges. Just by seeing 4,000 come in doesn't mean anything. It could easily be coming in to leave. So let's have a look at all of this and see what's going on. Some of these data points you got to look at. These are just crazy data. And, they prove a lot more when you're starting looking on chain and you're seeing this. For example, look, price dump. Look, BTC leaves. So again, people are fearful and BTC is leaving. Hodlers always benefit, and people who buy the dip always benefit. Ethereum, just look at this. Beautiful. Ethereum came in and then Ethereum just sharply just left. Price dumps, Ethereum leaves. We see this kind of data over and over again. Of course, open interest has started to come up a little bit. Okay, so when we're looking at this, we can see how the open interest has started to move up a little bit. It's okay. Greed will always be there, right? It doesn't matter where the market goes. The greedy people will always be there, and they will always get wrecked. Look at this. Just look at this. the greed. This is the estimated leverage ratio, and you can see price is down, but the leverage is high. Why? Because at the end of the day, people know they can snipe and make a lot of money. A whole ton of money. That's what they're going to make. All right, I'm not going to take too many, or actually I'm not going to take any coins today, because I am going to cut this kind of short. I am kind of short of time. How long? Yeah, I've got about 15-16 minutes on the chart, so let me just show you the charts and see where we're going from there. And of course, I remember KR says to talk about a particular coin, and we are going to pick on that coin today, right? And I want to talk about it a little bit, of course, but let's look at the market. Some of these, you can see the 7-day change has started to happen, you know, and the market's moving in a complete different way. Market looks kind of bearish but positive at the same time. If I was to put this the right way, you know, slightly bearish but actually not that bad. You know, when you start looking at some of these coins, you can see the alts are rotating. The money is rotating. It's a wheel. So money goes in a particular direction, from one to another, to another, to another, and it does that over and over again. This is the definition of a altcoin market. So let's have a look at Grayscale just to make sure, because last time I refreshed it was around here. So I'm going to refresh this today. Let's see where it is right now. Is it bearish or is it bullish? It's actually slightly bullish. It went from 15 to 14, slight bullish. Let's have a look at how many people are getting wrecked, how many idiots are getting wrecked. We can see 59,000 today. Not bad, pretty average. I won't complain about it. Right, let's go into the charts and have a look at some of this data and see what's going on. So I'm going to move it over to the daily. Give me a second, and then I'll move it back to the other stuff. So this is what we see for today. Right, when we're looking at this for today, we can see this is the situation where we had the dip. We're coming back. It's a recovery. Doesn't confirm anything. It doesn't tell us whether we're back in the bull market or whether we're in the bear market. Of course, we've got to look at these higher time frames, higher data to understand what's going on. But one thing we do understand, this is the day after the options expiry. So we can expect a few more days. If we look at this data here, we can expect a few more days of bearish, bullish indecisiveness. Once we go beyond that, then we can expect to see a big pump. Because remember what I said, this is the day when we decide whether we're going to continue or not. And this is the trend line that also decides whether we stay up or not. Because if we break this trend line, this 52,764, well, there's only one direction we're moving, and that is down here, because there is nothing here to support us. So of course the bears should be getting their shorts ready, you know, and the bulls maybe want to get their longs ready. But does that impact the market? No. Other than getting liquidated and getting their asses handed back to them, it doesn't do anything and affecting the market. They ruin the market. They don't impact the price. So the bulls can go in and open as many longs as possible. It doesn't change the data. It doesn't make this market go super bullish, if that makes any sense. Just buy the freaking dip and you're good. That's all you got to do. Buy on chain. People still don't understand. They think, oh, we're the bulls. We're going to go. Yeah. No, you're not. You're not. You're just an idiot. You got to really understand what really pushes the price. On chain. If all the whales stopped buying OTC and bought only on chain, this market today would have been sitting around 500, 600k per BTC. And I ain't even joking about that. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, smash those like buttons, join the community, join our Discord, and check out the description. I put a whole bunch of links there. Some links are probably even repeating, but that's all SEO. I'm joking. But guys, smash those likes, smash those subscribe if you haven't already. Join the community. Let's grow this community. No BS here, just hardcore facts, nothing more. You know, hit those likes. Let's get the community knowing. Let's get the world knowing what's going on. Share with one another. Share on your Facebook. Share on your WhatsApp. Share on your Discord groups. Whatever. Join this conversation. Talk to me later on Discord. I'm not like other YouTubers. I actually talk to people. I don't just create something and leave you to talk to yourself. Yeah, nah, I talk to you. And it doesn't matter how big this community grows, I still talk to you. Right. So this is what we got in the market. Obviously, you know, still kind of bearish. I wouldn't really confirm this as bearish at all. Of course, a little bit because we did fall below this line, but there's more to this, and I want to show you this on a slightly shorter time frame. So if I take this on a shorter time frame, what you see is we had this particular area here where we were bouncing up and down, and that has now changed in the last few hours, approximately 5-6 hours. It has started to change, and it's created a mini little trend moving back up again. But it's not over. There is a lot more for us to do. For us to make sure we can invalidate this situation here, we need to get back to the 55,875 and then start moving up. So the patterns that we're looking for, of course, we did this. We need to get here, somehow confirm this area, and then move over here, confirm this area, move here, confirm this area, and then move forward. If we don't do this, we're still in trouble, because remember, BTC is not out of danger. We fell below this, fine, and now we're here. We need to get above this neckline, you know, because there's a lot of things going on here that we have to really see what's going on. Now, I want to move over to some higher time frames. I'm going to switch off the drawings because we don't really need drawings here. And I want to talk about, sorry, my bad. There, let's get this here, and let's get rid of the drawings and carry on with this. So we want to talk about this on a higher time frame. So of course, a lot of people are talking about these higher time frame bearishness, right? And they're talking about it with the stochastic RSI and RSI, right? Which is absolutely fine. I completely understand their sentiment. People are fearful. They don't have conviction. They don't understand when to buy the dip. They enter too high, and then the market starts flipping down and coming down and cascading down. What do? They try to short the market. They become full-time bears. Oh my, only if they bought like we did when the market was down here, they would be completely bulls. But it is what it is. I see Chris here, my brother. How you doing? Love to see you here, man. Awesome. Great conversation yesterday, and of course we're going to catch up again, and we're going to talk about our conversations and do all sorts of other stuff. I believe it is you, right? Let me just quickly see. Yes, it is my brother. So I'll see you when I see you, and we'll talk more on some of the crazy stuff that we want to do. But we've got this situation. So as I said, like if these same guys entered around these levels here, they will be full-time bulls. But because they're buying around here, they're fresh to the market, complete fresh, and all they're seeing is their money dripping down. So what they do, they become bears, full-time bears, right? And that's what I see in this market. But of course, I'm looking at the stochastic RSI, I'm looking at the RSI, and all I'm seeing is the perfect opportunity for any trader, any educated trader, right? Anybody who's read books on trading and how the signals work and how all the trend analysis work, they would know that this, my friends, is this. If you look carefully, right? Yes, it's bearish, but look where it's come back to reset. Bang on this RSI level here. It's bouncing on this RSI level. It's held this line here. Right, and it's actually okay where we are right now. From here, we could start pushing back up. You know, when you're looking at the stochastic RSI, again, we're below this area here. Yes, the red is leading, blue's not. But what tells you the blue's not going to flip? Because we're below the 20 right now. We've hit 17. That's like the perfect entry. Again, it will take a lot of time for me to explain to a lot of people what all of this means. Yes, it's bearish, guys. It's absolutely bearish. Yes, but you know what? The time when you realized it was bearish, so when you've come to me and said to me, this is bearish, well, we've already completed the cycle. See, when you're looking at this area, I can put it here, it doesn't matter. You're telling me we're bearish here. You should have told me we're bearish there. We've already completed that. What happens after we complete a bearish situation? So you can see this. What happens after we come down like this? Well, we end up doing this, and we've just done this, and we're about to do this. Question remains is when? And that's something I've told you so many times, that we can never ever answer that question, because nobody on this planet has a crystal ball. Nobody has a crystal ball. We cannot tell you when, but we can tell you this is a reset. We can tell you all of this action here on the stochastic bringing down here is a reset to only go up again. Reset to only go up again. We can see this. This is the data. So of course, are we bearish, bullish? I know people are going to talk about higher time frames. Fine, let's talk about higher time frames. Weekly. Yes, we're bearish. Look at that. We're bearish. Absolute bearish. You know, when you're looking at this weekly RSI, yes, it's come back down. It's coming back down to test this line. It might break down and continue further. Does that change anything? No. Let's look at two weekly. Yes, we've started to form a bearish divergence on the 2 weekly. But again, does that change anything? Maybe, maybe not. Let's look at the monthly. I'm seeing complete different data here. I'm seeing, yes, there is a bearish divergence, but super bullish. So, I mean, we can go through these time frames and all of these time frames, like we can go 2 months, 3 months, whatever, right? Yes, we are seeing these data, and I'll show you some more candles as well, so you understand all of this stuff. Looks to me, I'm looking at the stochastic RSI, I'm saying bullish, you know, and I'll show you another chart from my other thing to kind of make sense for you guys. 3 months, we are bearish, RSI is bullish. Okay, we can go 6 months and see what's going on. All I'm seeing is bullish. 6 months is telling me super bullish. Guys, get ready. This is 6 months. Higher time frame, you know. But most of you guys don't look at 6 months, don't look at 3 months, don't look at a week. You guys are either doing weekly or probably following some influencer who's showing you these hourly ones, and all I'm seeing is hourly bullish, 4 hourly super bullish. Or maybe we can change that time frame and say, okay, fine, maybe we can see 6 hours super bullish. Actually, let's change it to 8 hours. Ultra bullish. Let's change it to 12 hours. Mega bullish. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't. You know what I mean? So you got to look at where the market is, and it's not the time frames. Because remember what I said to you. You're going to be trading on an 8-hour session. Do you look at your 8-hour candle? No, because you're in the session. You look below that candle. You want to open a trade on a daily. Do you look at your daily? You look at the lower time frames. That's where you want to open your trade. You want to do something for a midterm, say weekly, 2 weekly, or whatever time frame you're looking at. Look below that. So we know most of us, we look at the daily. And do we see any bearish divergence here? No, because it's already completed. The bearish divergence has already completed. It's finished. Okay, so let's not go around about bearish divergences. To me, all I'm seeing is a bullish one forming. Of course, as I said, I'll take you to another chart and show you. I think it's this one. Let me just check. Yes. What the hell? Yeah. So some of this data we're going to be looking at here. Pretty crazy stuff. I know this chart's gonna be really messy, but it's okay. I'll try to explain how this all works. So we've got this stochastic RSI down here. We've got the RSI here. Let me zoom in, and what I've got is a MACD, right? Market cipher divergence forming here. So you can see from here. Money flow. This is the money flow, right? We can see the money's flowing in. We can see the stochastic RSI, everything is reset. So we can see everything is confirmed here. And we got this green dot, which means buy. All these red dots here are the divergence dots. So you can see the divergence that we had has already happened. Now we're having a convergence saying, guys, get ready. This is the green dots. Reds are over, greens in play now. Of course, when you're looking at these mini dots, you're probably thinking, what are they? Yes, they're slight bearish based on the daily candles, what's happened on the daily or the hourly or the time frames that we're looking at. Yes, there is a bit of a fight going on, but we are ripe to start moving up. And when we do, you can see where we have our, like for example, our areas. Like, so the point of control is literally here, right? The point of control is literally on top of this one candle here. And I'll show you this, right? So it's quite funny. Look, this is the control where the bears have more control. So we need to break above and go on top of this one candle, which is the $61,000 right now, for us to take control. So of course we're still bearish. Does that change anything? No. We've been bearish since this candle. But right now we are showing some bullishness, and based on other previous history, for example, this neckline here, and I did show you how this neckline works. You do this, you come back, and you confirm this. If we break below, we're in danger, but we can easily bounce off here and start testing the new lines. This is how it works. So we've got the base here, that's the bottom. We cannot go below this bottom. This is the top target for us. This is now the neckline we need to confirm. And you can see if we break above this neckline, we don't have much traffic. So I hope this kind of makes, right? Everything was absolutely bearish here, but is this it? You know, you can see we're going to come down a little bit more, and then we start moving. So of course, let's look at the weekly. What do I see here? I see a little bit of a, let me just switch this off, guys. Sorry, give me a second. Seriously? Right, let's switch this over. Right, what I want to do, I want to get rid of the drawings. I just want to show you. So you can see we've had this bearish situation here. We've come back into the bullish situation. I should also get rid of this. We've come back into this bullish situation, and we just had a few weeks, just a couple of weeks of slight bearishness. But that doesn't bother us, because in the weekly higher time frame, remember, this is the invalidation point. If I change this up a little bit just to show you your greens and red candles, you're going to be surprised to see this. 1, 2, 3. So we've had 1, 2, 3 weeks, 2 weeks down. 1, 2, 3 weeks, 2 weeks down. And we're currently in this week, which we will confirm by Sunday. So anything could happen by Sunday. This is crypto. But again, when we start looking at these trend lines, what do we see? We're holding the trend line even on a freaking 2 weekly candle. That's a 2 weekly candle. We are holding that. Do you know what I mean? I mean, let's try and see if we can get 3 weeks. Look at that. Even on a 3 weekly candles, we're still holding trend. We're still holding trend. You know, you can see this. This is an average of the 3 weekly. We're still fine, absolutely fine. This was the bearish situation. We came out of that. Hope that makes sense, right? So this is the kind of stuff you need to look at, like patterns, and see where we are, and the invalidation points for each pattern. You know, when you're looking at higher time frames, remember the data changes. Like for example, when we go to monthly, for this to be confirmed bearish, we need to go down here, 43, you know, and that's how we break trend. Currently, we're still on trend. We're still on trend. We've had this kind of pattern over and over again, over and over again. Do you know what I mean? Over and over again. It doesn't change anything. We will see some reds. And I've spent a lot of time on BTC today. A lot of time on the BTC, but that's because look, there's a market, it's doing its thing, and people are just getting too excited looking at shorter time frames or looking at over long time frames, but they're not looking at the facts on the chart. The facts on the chart says, yes, we were overextended, overbought, we're just coming down. When you're here, you're overbought, you're coming down, you know. And there's more data. If we were going to actually, not this one, sorry. If I was going to show you something, I was going to show you this actually. Let me quickly get this onto. This is the Gaussian channel. This is the Gaussian channel, and we know how the Gaussian channel works, right? With the Gaussian channel, whenever we enter into these zones, we get sucked in like quicksand. We have talked about this before, right? We get sucked into it like a quicksand. So this is what I want to show you. This particular area here, when we entered here, we got sucked in. We are so close. We are very, very close, and we can come back into this, right? Yeah, we can come back into this, but if you look, we are very close. So 51,000 is when we're going. So until we get there, I'm not going to be bearish at all. This is perfect. I can bounce on that. I don't see much of an issue, but I can warn you right now. This is my warning to you. If we go to 51.5, then expect this market to start bleeding into this area here and probably even go all the way to 30k again. Be prepared. Be prepared. This is what the warning's going to be if this did happen, right? If this did happen, this is what we're looking at. Now, also, I wanted to show you one other thing on this chart as well, which is, you've probably noticed I've got the Fibonacci on, right? So based on the Fibonacci, right? Based on the Fibonacci, I mean, this is just pretty much impossible to do, but it's happened. So we've put this Fibonacci from the high, you can see from the actual high, right, which is going to be now the top of our range, put the Fibonacci on, and the 0618, which is the correction level, is exactly where we held. I mean, that's got to be a very big coincidence that we hit that number. This is the point of control. I mean, it's ridiculous that you did a whole Fibonacci sequence, right? This is absolutely ridiculous. We've got a Fibonacci sequence here. So that means that we've got the 618 at 54, whatever it was, that price that it was there. Now it's telling us our target is 93k. So we have a target to get to 93k. Crazy. Of course, a lot of the top dogs out there who do the analysis and everything on chain, like Woolly Woo and everybody, plus Plan B and a few other people, they were expecting November to be the month. But guys, every cycle's not the same. I've mentioned this before, and this cycle's not any different to any other one. It can be a little bit different. No harm at all. You know, no harm at all. Also, I was looking at these higher time frames. I'll show you what I mean, right? So I was looking at these 6 monthly candles. 6 monthly candles. Just to kind of see how many times we've actually been bearish. And according to this, so we've had 6 months here, we were bearish for 6 months, and then we started moving, and you can see we had a 2-year bull market, a 2-year bull market. Here you can see we had an 18-month bear market, 18 months, and then we had this here, which is like a 30-month bull market, 30 months. And then we had a year's bear market, a bull market 6 months, 6 months down, and look where we are right now, 2 years in this bull market. So when you're looking at all of this, when you're looking at this data, we can either print another bull market here to complete similar to the 2017 era, okay, or maybe just do the same thing as 2013 and now actually go into a bear market for maybe 6 months, for a year, maybe even a year and a half. Now is the time you need to start preparing and saying to yourself, like, what am I getting in for? Because remember, the making money time was here. As I said, you would have been 100% bull if you bought around here. Because you never did and you bought here, you're a bear. But we love bears as much as we love bulls. So yeah, I mean, just have a look at these higher time frames. It will make total sense. Anyway, let's get into the other stuff this market is throwing to us. So far we can see the market itself, the total entire market cap itself has pretty much recovered. let's put it on the daily. All right, has recovered just the same as BTC. It did go down as low as 234, actually lower, it went to 234, 2.34. And it's hodling, it's holding, hodling. It's holding. We need to get back onto the trend line for us to confirm. And remember, we've got a lot of money to cover because we were close to that $3 trillion. So where we are right now, you can see we still have another $540 billion to re-enter the market. Is it in the market? Yes. As far as we know, it's actually sitting in the USDT right now. It's sitting in these stable currencies right now. Guys, smash those like buttons, hit those subscribe if you haven't already. So that's where we are. Okay, and I can see this coming back in now. Options are gone, reset. People are going to start resetting their trades. We're going to start rebalancing the market, and we should come back. Of course, it's going to take a while, 1 or 2 days. I'm not going to expect anything. I'm not going to expect this candle to be taken over today. We're talking hundreds of billions to do this, hundreds of billions. And remember, this was a freak event. You know, the news broke out about the COVID variant, you know, whatever that was, right? And apparently in UK, they found 2 cases of that variant. I mean, what the hell are they doing with South African variant here? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I can't say anything, but honestly, no conspiracy here. Anyway, we did mention it's going to come and bounce on the 618. It bounced on the 618. This is the thing, guys. Some of these things, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's not possible. But yeah, it is absolutely possible because this is how the market cycle works, right? I talked about Gala has the potential to come all the way back down to this 618 level, which is the 49.50 cents. It's absolutely possible. Please do understand, it is absolutely possible. You know, because we have not gone above this to confirm and start shooting towards the 618. When the money cycle ends, it will do this and it will come back and then we'll move forward. And you know what? I'm 10 minutes over my time, but I'm going to quickly run through this and talk about this. Right. So I've got BitDAO coming back down. I'm not quite happy. It's literally come back down to this particular area. So I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to get rid of this. This one, and you can see that we've come back to this particular zone and I'm not quite happy because it's come back here. You know, it entered here. It could easily come back down. As long as it can stay above this particular neckline here, this bottom line here, I'm okay. If it does fall below, then I will be concerned a little bit and I will buy the freaking dip because I love this coin. So I'm definitely going to be buying a whole bunch more. AVAX holding tight. I'm not concerned. Held the, you know, as you can see, look, played the pattern pretty much exactly as it should, and it could easily come back to the 618. Remember, the 618 is a significant number, not the 1618. 1618 is your target, but your level of support or resistance is always 618. So I hope that makes sense, right? So that's what we've got anyway. 1 inch is doing some sort of a promotion, a whole bunch of giveaways. I'm sure people are just going to dump. So expect this thing to come back down here, at least to the 618 level, the $3.39. It's coming down anyway. I know a lot of people are going to dump. Doesn't matter how much 1 inch they give for free. That's just, in my opinion, just too much free coins is a bad thing. Engines just come back to, yeah, so engine, look, again, we were on the target, we smashed through the target, we're here on the target, we're absolutely fine, I'm not complaining. We held support, if you look carefully, exactly on this level here, which is fine, because this is, remember, this is the target zone. This is the target zone, so of course we can come back down here as long as we stay above this $2.37. We're fine on that. There has been a few coins that I've been burnt out on, so I'm not going to talk too much about those. But yeah, I am very super bullish on Crow, by the way, guys. I can't tell you enough. Look, I'm super bullish on Crow. Crow literally came back, right, and held support on the bottom of this, and I was surprised. I was like, wow, because I was looking at this on a different time frame and I saw this and I was like, interesting. So this is the neckline. I don't want to fall below, and it did dip slightly, but on a shorter time frame, when you look at this, this is beautiful rebound. It's moving back up. That only means that if it can break through, we should be able to get this, right? So this is like a perfect opportunity, and this is why I'm super, super bullish. Also, if you look at the trend line, you can see how it's actually respecting this trend line. So obviously this is, yeah, somewhere down here. It's respecting this trend line. And I'm quite happy with this. This is an upward indication that as long as the market continues, it should start pumping up again. So I'm super bullish on Crow. Again, I'm locked up on Crow. I remember KR asked me, am I receiving Tomb for Phantom? That's a whole different thing, bro. I haven't participated in that. It's a decentralized way of doing things, yield farming, yield generation, or whatever. I'm not participating in that. Reason being, it's been shilled by a particular YouTuber. And you know me, I'm not into this FOMO business and this, pump and dump business. So because of that, I'm personally not interested. Maybe future I'll look at it. I mean, the Tome, TOMB, the coin seems pretty cool. I do like it, but it's too much hype around it. So yeah, I'm not there yet. If that makes any sense. Right, you wanted me to talk about, KR wanted me to talk about, sorry, I'm just trying to remember. Yes, D travel. See, I remember, bro. TRVL. Let's just do it this way. D travel. So we know D travel has massive amount of institutional investment backing this project. Now, I've got a feeling, I've also heard, the rumor is that with D travel, some of the investors are actually from Airbnb. So I'm thinking maybe Airbnb is not allowed to launch its own token for whatever reason, right? And I've got a feeling Travala and Airbnb are involved in this, because Travala already has its own cryptocurrency, which is AVA. And now I believe this is a collaboration for them to do this, because I'm thinking you must be using the same engine, right? But of course, allowing the decentralized people to do it in a decentralized way. This could become this next type of rent to earn, kind of a thing. So it's all cool. I do like the project. I'm super bullish on the project. In fact, I've been receiving a whole bunch of them for free by locking my tokens. Gritty says, awesome, perfect listening on the drive to Norwich to see my boy. Big up, dude. Awesome, my brother. Thank you very much, bro. I really appreciate that. I hope this was all crazy for you. I mean, so everything's crazy for me, but I hope this was all great for you on the drive. So with D travel, right? Of course, this is what I'm thinking. This is not the conspiracy, by the way. If you do go and read their paper, you can see some of the investors on the seed funding. One of the investors was actually Airbnb. One of the founders of Airbnb, so not Airbnb, decided to pump in, and I think he invested like $100 million into this as well. So this is a big project, and I don't think he has any competition or anything like this, because he's still partner of Airbnb, right? So I'm thinking there must be some sort of a secret collaboration, and this could be really, really cool. And they are actually giving away, like, there's 1 billion supply. It's fixed. I really like that, and the tokenomics are good. So I'm super bullish, and I do remember when it launched. So you can see here, from where it launched, the price was a bit funny. You can see here, I'll show you the data, right? So you see this, it was launched a few days ago, or 2 days ago to be precise, and then it was a bit shaky, right? And then it did hit this all-time high at around the 86 cents, but that's nothing. 87 cents, but that's nothing. I think this project has a lot more potential, and of course I like how the max supply and the total supply is the same. There's some data there. Obviously coin market cap hasn't updated yet, but this thing, I think this is going to go on a rip. Easy $2-3 minimum, possibly even more. There's a lot of interest in this. When you start looking at the holders, you can see that we have 937. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. And you can see how many contracts are there and how much quantity is given to the contract. So we know from this that there's no whales. Look, there's no whales in this. Most of the contracts with the majority of the supply is on chain, is on the blockchain. And I love that. I love that. So if there is 1 or 2 whales with like 1 million coins on them, good on them. But other than that, it's awesome. I'm not a whale, but I'm planning to be one. I do see great potential for this. I would, as I said, I'm supporting them, so I do love them, and I like the idea. And I don't care if they're part of Airbnb or not. I don't really use Airbnb. I've never had the need to. I mean, why would you want to go and rent someone's room for? But of course, opportunities are there, and it's a big business, and I don't see this being any issue. And if this token can be used to rent rooms or earn and this and that, it's great. I love innovative ideas that don't go and try and reinvent the wheel, but they just kind of try and help the wheel, like bling the wheel, right? That's what I always say, right? So Airbnb is a great solution. It's giving people opportunities to rent their spare rooms. And now if D Travel can actually also generate that, and the token appreciates in value, then of course the people who are using the token or receiving the tokens, they benefit a lot more. Crypto has so much to give, guys. Crypto has so much to give. So this is one of the reasons why I am very, very bullish on travel. In fact, Travala, AVA, is another coin that I've always been bullish, but I've never talked about it because I just bought some and just left it. I'm not joking. I just bought some and just left it. I've never said anything because, again, I could see this doing something in the real world. This is a real company, Travala.com. Go and check it out. And they're doing something in the real world. Of course, they've got a beautiful, beautiful structure here. And, now if they're in collaboration with D-Travel and everything, it's an economy, it's an ecosystem, it's growing. And I love these ecosystems that grow and innovate existing ideas and bring it to the masses in a decentralized way. So definitely super bullish on D-Travel. D-Travel is going to be awesome. You can find it in a handful of exchanges. I believe Gate.io has it. I believe KuCoin not yet. I know Bybit has it and a few other exchanges have it, and it's done brilliant. It's done brilliant. It launched for nothing, like I think it was about 8 or 9 cents, and then it pumped up. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So we're going to wait for all of this and see what it does. But other than that, guys, market is looking super awesome. As I said, I'm over my time. Oh shit. Okay, I got 1 minute. I'm going to shoot, right? Yeah. So crypto cap is okay. I'm not complaining. Market looking okay. We've got to wait for this and see what it does. Sunday is going to be a decider for us to decide whether we go up or down. And also, if you look at the BTC, remember what I said, for BTC we do have this point around this $55,800 in order for us to get back up and go above this line. So we need to get above this area here. This is the base, the bottom, whatever you call it. I mean, it's not 100% accurate. In fact, if I was going to make it accurate, I would have to put it like this and say, guys, we have to get above this $55,415 and $56,000, and then stay above. That will give us the bullish momentum that we want, and a sign that the market is now trying to get back up again. But until then, remember, it's not over. So all the craziness that we hear in the market, oh, we're going crashing and this and that, they just don't get it that they're going to be the biggest losers, because we're going to be buying the freaking dip. So yeah, other than that, guys, this is an opportunity, and this is where when you have like a little bit of a stash of cash sitting on an exchange, beautiful, this is where you make money. And sadly, the bears who are trying to short the market, right, or long the market bulls, they don't get it. They just don't get it that end of the day, while the market's bloody, we're making money. They're getting wrecked every single time, over and over again. They get wrecked. So it's been beautiful. I mean, Anchor, I told you I'm bullish on Anchor. I told you guys about 8-9 months ago, probably about 1 year ago, I said buy Anchor, forget about Anchor. Anchor is not ready. Anchor will do its thing once this whole market's over. When ETH 2.0 comes out, that's when Anchor's going to shine. Of course, Anchor has already started to shine. So any one of you guys who bought Anchor based on what I said a year ago, you're about 100% up right now. But this is nothing. This pennies, these cents, no. Anchor, I believe, is undervalued and should be sitting at least minimum $1 to $10. That's my faith, and I've said that a year ago, and that's what I believe in. That's why I'm hodling. And I didn't have to buy too much. I just put a nice little bag, a nice little stash. And I said, if it goes to $10, that's how much I make. You know, like I don't know, 10,000%. And if it goes to anything more than that, actually, if it goes to $1, that's like 1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%. If it goes to 10,000, then it's about 10,000%. Damn. So if it goes any more, thousands of percent. But again, guys, be careful what you do. Choose your coins, and of course, understand, make that decision for yourself. What are you getting in for? Because right now we're on this thin, line basically. We don't want to fall below. If we do, are you prepared for it? That's the key. That's the answer here right now. For me, I'm fully prepared. As I said, I'm willing to hodl for another 6 months. I'm willing to hodl for, BTC, I'm willing to hodl until 2030. Think about that. So this price dips doesn't even bother me, and I've always told you guys that you make your money on the altcoins. Make your money, get the hell out. Don't fall in love with it. I know some of you guys have missed some boats. Oh, guys, we've missed it. Oh, I should have been in it. Well, guess what? It comes back, right? And you can see this evidence where the half of the market becomes bloody all of a sudden, and then you get those discounts back. You get those big discounts back. Remember yesterday or the day before, Request Network pumped like 40-50%. Well, look, today it's 34% down. It's down 34%. So nothing goes up straight. Nothing goes up straight. What goes up must come down. And as long as you understand how the psychology works and how the market cycles work and how these patterns work, right? When we're talking about patterns, remember how these patterns work. You'll understand that it's all part of the psychology in this market, right? How this market will actually always do this. Remember what I told you, every market has this kind of a wave, right? As long as these waves stay up and down in a particular way, we're good. Okay, so remember this. Other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. I don't want to take your time, and I have zero time, so I'm going to shoot. Adios, my amigos. It's been an absolute pleasure having all of you guys here. Thank you very much. I did talk about OneCoin. Yeah, I did. I talked about it. D-Travel. I talked about it. I did start off with it, and then I kind of completely forgot about it, and then brought it back in and talked about it. So I did talk about it. My mind is gone completely. But you guys are awesome. Love you all. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Awesome. Keep up the good work, and don't fear. No fear in this market. Right? You'll be rewarded if you have patience.